Welcome aboard the new Sirena 78. This is a brand new model launched here at the Cannes Yacht Show. It's a 4 ensuite cabin boat, top speed of around 25 knots. Importantly, has a 1600 nautical mile range lower down the rev range. It's got all the Sirena traits that we've come to really be impressed by. Lots of space, great levels of luxury and finish, but importantly for this boat, she's got a 6.5 metre beam, and that really delivers some impressive space on board. We'll show you exactly what we mean. So we're going to start here in the deck salon area, and there's a few things that are going to strike you straight away, and I'll certainly be pointing out. If we look forward, you see that incredible expanse of glass up there. You'll also notice there's no inner or lower helm station, and that is very much a considered move. This boat is available in 3 guises. You have an enclosed upper deck, a semi-enclosed upper deck, which is what we have here and we'll show you. And you also have the option of an open deck as well. Now, in the open flybridge version, you can have a lower helm, but let's just stick to this semi-enclosed version. So we have freestanding furniture here, set before these great window areas, and that's key details we'll see as we go out on deck. We have a stairwell taking you up to the upper deck here. Because we have no lower helm, we just have all this social living space with the lounge aft and dining forward. We have this huge island area here. Great place to gather, great place to cook. This is a crewed yacht, bear in mind, so you may well have a chef on board, a cook on board, but there's a very much an open, ambient feel to it. And frankly, this is one of the few yachts at this size, and probably much larger as well, where you do have this open, expansive social area. So we've got a massive separate dining area, but it's really this wraparound of glass that, you know, most impresses. But obviously, if you're a fan of food, which I think most of us are, you're going to love this boat. Now, there are options. You can have a more traditional galley here, more of a crewed galley, a private galley, let's say, and that changes the layout. So we lose this, we have a private, sort of more, you know, more traditional, let's say, galley here, and then the dining area moves across the thwartships there. So lots of options, but bear in mind that Sirena is a semi-custom builder. They want to work with owners. They want the owner to have what they want. There are 3 finishes, which we'll talk about later, 3 sort of basic finishes that you can have, but all of the finish, all of the detail you're seeing can be changed. A really important, or a nice way of displaying that is here. So we have completely freestanding furniture here in the aft lounge. Now, normally on a boat of this size, you'd expect to have fitted furniture. It's quite rare to have freestanding, but what that means is you can have whatever you want. If it fits into this space, you can have it. And importantly, Sirena want to work with you to make sure you can have the exact furniture you want. We have this, you know, more of exactly what you'd expect to find on a yacht of this side, a sideboard, loads and loads of storage. There's a wine cooler there, lots of cold storage in the galley that we just walked through. But really, by removing that lower helm, if you move round and have a look, just have a look forward again, by removing that lower helm, you've just completely opened up that forward area, and that really is a unique feature on a size of boat. In case you're wondering, if you do have the open flybridge version of this boat, the lower helm will go in just where that desk, that sort of study area is up there. But it's really hard to look past this open, expansive living space. So we looked at the deck salon. We're now going to go below decks and have a look at the cabin layout. So we've now moved below decks on the Sirena 78. So this is a 4 cabin boat as standard. Its big sister, the 88, a boat that we love, can have 5 or even 6 cabins, but it is a much larger boat. This is still big, and all 4 cabins are en suite. Now we're going to start in the owner's stateroom, amidships, and there are 2 reasons why I want to bring you in here first. The first reason is that you really get to understand the width of this boat. This is a beamy boat. The Herman Frere's hull is high volume. It's also a great performer, but you're getting incredible interior volume, and I think you really experience that in this owner's stateroom. I would say this feels like one of the biggest owner's cabins you're going to find at this length. Headroom's about what you would expect. The luxury levels and the layout is pretty much what you'd expect, but it's the space around the berth. It's really impressive. Now, there are 2 layouts. There are lots of options, but there are 2 layouts. You can have the his and hers ensuite that we have here, or you can switch this starboard side ensuite for a walk-in dressing room, give you obviously a lot more storage. Really impressive cabin. Another top quality feature of this yacht is its decks. All the Sirenas have great decks. This one's no different. Before we walk forward, little transom door, we like these, very important touch, because you're not always mooring stern to. Alongside, boat to boat, dockside, great touch. As we come through, we've got these side panels here. Love this. If you can just see down here, we've got the cutaway bulwark, huge slab of teak on top, and obviously that's giving you the view out from the salon. But look how high it is. It's up, way above waist level, really good. There's also, if you can pan up, you can see there's a slight overhang here, so you've got great protection. And then, just look at the width we're playing with here. Okay, it's a 78-foot boat, and no one's suggesting it's a small boat, but this is really good. And now we find ourselves on the foredeck. So this is a working deck. Here we have the windlass and what have you for the crew to operate. This is a crew-operated boat, remember, but it's also a very open, easy-going kind of boat. So we've got a sun pad down here. We've got these little bar areas here. This is very much a usable lounge. It's a great space. We're going to carry on back down the port side deck. And again, big solid stainless steel rails, a couple of steps down here, beautiful sweep of teak. We're going to continue around and go onto the upper deck. Now we're on the upper deck, and this is an upper deck. This is not a flybridge, and there's a very important difference. So flybridge, ostensibly an open raised deck. This is not an open raised deck. It has lots of bits that do open, but this is a genuine upper deck on a 78-foot boat. Now we're in the semi-enclosed version, where these rather beautiful chrome or stainless steel plates would be doors on the fully enclosed version, so you can entirely enclose this space. So if you're boating in very hot climates or very cold climates, you may want to enclose this. That would be a very good idea. But I really like this semi-enclosed thing, because you've got this kind of best of both worlds. You've got this open flow of space onto the aft deck, which is still a really great open aft deck, but you've also got a lounge area. Now there's some important features here, I'll show you. As part of this semi-enclosed design, you've got drop-down windows to each side, so you've got plenty of airflow. You've got a sunroof above here that will pull back, so with everything open, you've got something close to a flybridge, but it's that upper deck, that very grown-up feel, super yacht feel, you know? So forward here, we've got bar area, we've got a galley. You can have plenty of different versions and options up here. Again, semi-custom fit out, so if you want a different layout, a more open forward section, you can have all that. And if you turn around here, you can see we have freestanding furniture like we did in the deck salon. So we've got this beautiful teak furniture, teak decking throughout. Choice of furniture is very much down to you, but hard to look past this beautiful deck lifestyle vibe that they've gone for. This sort of Hessian matte, oiled woods and what have you. It works really well, and it reflects that inside-outside sort of feel. Probably better than any other boat I can think of at this size. And as I say, with the sunroof open, the windows down, this is as far as they go, but then you can imagine the weather turns, windows come up at the touch of a button, you've got really an enclosed space. Very impressive. So as I said, this is an upper deck. And there's another reason why this is a very grown-up, sophisticated upper deck, and that is because it's got a proper helm station here. Now, a flybridge boat, an open flybridge boat, would have a driving position up here, but on this particular boat, on the enclosed and semi-enclosed option of the Sirena 78, this is the sole helm station. So what we have is, bear in mind this is a crewed yacht, so you'd have the skipper, if you so choose, driving from here. You've got triple multifunction display screens here, so you've got your radar, you've got your plotter, you've got your ship systems, engine displays and what have you. This is all as standard. This boat runs on shafts, and as I said, I think in the intro, you're looking at in the mid-20s, but really what this is a sort of slick, swift cruising yacht, anywhere from say 10 to 16 knots, and efficient, comfortable, smooth over the water. And if you're sat here, you've got great visibility looking out. You actually feel quite high up here, looking back over the bow. There's also a wing station down in the cockpit, which we'll show you, but this is, on the enclosed and semi-enclosed options of this boat, this is your sole helm station, and it has to work, and it does. Sat here, you've got all the screens. Really, to get the visibility that you want, you really need to be standing up to look over. But most of the time, you're going to be cruising along on autopilot, And as I say, fantastic panoramic visibility around, but really works best when you're stood up. So for longer passages, you know, just make sure you need to have a lookout, which you would anyway, of course. But you know, you've got good visibility going back down aft. But as I say, if you're going in stern two, there's a wing station down in the cockpit. So a good functional helm station. But what that does is it just sort of separates it from the lounge area. So sort of it's quiet over here. It doesn't intrude into the lounge space. So we're going to go down onto the bathing platform, hydraulic bathing platform. But the reason we're here is to take a look inside the crew quarters and the engine bay. So as we come down, we've got twin berth crew cabin this side. We've got a single berth cabin the other side. And in the walkway between the crew quarters and the engine bay, we've got an ensuite and shower area. But what I really want to show you is the engine bay. How about this for an engine bay? Now, as I said, not a small boat, but still, you know, 80 foot, this is a proper walk around, clinical, beautifully engineered engine bay. And I think if one area demonstrates Sirena's build quality, their ability generally, it's this engine bay. Not as exciting as the upper deck, not as luxurious and spacious as the salon, we're not far off. But this is impressive stuff. And if you're working on your boat, if you're servicing your boat, this is what you want. You've got, as an example, you've got your fuel filters here, big, chunky, easily accessible fuel filters. You've got generators to each side. It's really well ventilated. What ventilation means is that these twin MAN engines are going to run well. Big diesel engines like air. You've got plenty of air in here, and usually you turn around, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots of fans sucking air in from the outside. So you're going to get good, efficient performance. It's really impressive, and everything, look at all these shut-offs, all the valves, really accessible. It's a beautiful evening here in Cannes. We're about to go out and sea trial the Sirena 78. That's the good news. The bad news is there's about 160,000 other journalists on here, so it's going to be a bit crazy, but it's going to be really great to see how this boat runs. We're looking forward to see how it feels, that stability that this semi-displacement hull design's got in it, and yeah, we'll just enjoy the ride. We're running Humphrey's fin stabilisers, so they're on also, so they'll be helping us keep the yacht nice and stable. We have the uprated MAN 1550 turbo diesel engines on this, so we're looking for a top speed of around 25, 26 knots, but we have a lot of people on board today, and we're just trying to get the feel of with so many people on board. So this is the kind of speed you're going to be doing on a long passage, very efficient. What are we burning here? We're burning around about 80 litres an hour on each engine. Yeah, 12 knots is a good eco speed. Now we'll take the revs up. So now we are just coming up to around 1500 RPM. And there's a nice bit of synergy here. We're at 1500 RPM and 15 knots. And we're up to around 130, 140 litres an hour. And we're just going to go around to port. Steering feels great. And we're just going to take the revs up a little higher. And as we come out of the turn, we'll see the speed come up a little bit. We're coming up to 17 knots. Visibility is excellent down both sides. When you're standing, it's great. When you're sitting, I'd like to see a little bit more height. There is the option of having an electric high-low chair, so Sirena will fit that, and I think it's a must on this yacht, especially on the enclosed version, because you've only got the one helm station. And then what I'm going to do now is just going to push the revs on and just see. So we're now just pushing past 20 knots, coming up to 2200 RPM. And I'm just going to stick at 2200 RPM and let the speed catch us up. So we're coming up to 23.5, 23.6. And this feels very smooth, very stable. I say with those stabilizers, fin stabilizers running, and I'm just going to go into a very gentle port side turn and a very gentle starboard turn. So we're just coming round to port, and then we'll just come round to starboard and head back in.
So that was the Sirena 78, and it's hard not to be impressed.
there is masses of space inside and outside, plus you've got multiple options on the deck salon and flybridge layouts. It is noticeably bigger than the Sirena 68, even if how that space is used isn't always quite as clever. But if you're looking for a serious cruising yacht, one with real long distance range and a turn of pace, you just have to include Sirena on your shortlist. I hope you liked it. If you did, please do like and subscribe to the YachtBuyer channel. Thanks for watching.